I'm here with our history columnist, Michael Rainville Jr., for another installment of Meandering Through Time. Hi, Michael.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, it's great to have you back. So last month, you took us meandering back through time to Thanksgiving Day in 1982 when a fire started in a partially demolished Donaldson's building on Nicollet Avenue, which the firefighters managed to save downtown from total destruction. What do you have for us this month?
Well, since we're in the midst of the holiday season, today I'd like to share a couple stories of the Minneapolis holiday traditions that have happened throughout the year. And I'd like to start with the Holidazzle. So, in the summer of 1992, a group of businesses in downtown Minneapolis were worried that the small national recession the year earlier, combined with the opening of the new Mall of America coming up in October of that year, would be disastrous for downtown Minneapolis during the holiday shopping season. So, a plan needed to be made to keep the shoppers in downtown. Brookfield Development and Dayton's each put down $200,000 to get things started, and when the city of Minneapolis saw this ambition, they contributed $100 million, not 100 million, $1 million. 100 million would have been great, but so as different ideas were being tossed around, they finally settled on hosting a parade. Inspired by the daily extravagant parades at Walt Disney World, the new Holidazzle parade would run 4 nights a week from the Friday after Thanksgiving, all the way to Christmas, along Nicollet Mall there, right in the heart of downtown, which oddly enough was made to counter the opening of Southdale Mall. So the first year saw only 8 floats, but it was an instant success. So there's a lot of people went down that first year, and they really saw the opportunity that they could grow. So shops were full, the sidewalks were packed, and everyone was happy. The 8 floats quickly grew to 12, and at its peak, the parade featured over 350,000 lights and 300 volunteers, all in costumes, to bring the holiday spirit to everyone who went down to downtown Minneapolis. 2012 was the last year of the parade, but the Holidazzle transformed into a holiday winter market with most activities taking place down in Loring Park, hot chocolate, different markets you could shop at and whatnot. Same kind of feel, but it just wasn't a parade this time. And another holiday tradition in Minneapolis that was going on at the time, that just ended a few years ago, was Dayton's eighth floor holiday show. So originally called the Christmas Show from 1963 through 2016, the eighth floor of the old Dayton's building was the most magical place in the Twin Cities. When they started out, the Daytons wanted to help out their community here with their department store and all the money they were making there. So they were a pillar of their community. They offered a wide variety of merchandise in all their stores. They supported many charities through their Dayton's Foundation, and they offered many forms of entertainment from flower exhibitions to fashion shows, and of course the holiday show. And the holiday show started out by having a different theme every year, such as the Grinch, Cinderella, the Nutcracker, and even Harry Potter. And then starting back in 2008 until the last year in 2016, the theme was the same, which was called A Day in the Life of an Elf, with the opportunity at the end, once you walk through the exhibition, to meet Santa Claus and even take a photo with him. Children and adults alike would be filled with wonder and amazement as they walked through the animatronic show and lived the many stories that have passed through the eighth floor of the auditorium.
Those are really great stories, and they bring back great memories of the holidays in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
I visited the Dayton show many, many times growing up, and I was also a jingle elf in the Holidazzle one year.
Oh,
So,
awesome. Yeah,
um,
myself, I was actually a seal with one of my friends. I dressed up in a seal costume with the circus train.
that's great. So I was wondering, do you have any other older holiday traditions for that took place in Minneapolis?
Oh, absolutely. So back over 100 years ago now, in December of 1913, the newly elected mayor of Minneapolis, Wallace Nye, proposed that a giant evergreen tree be placed in Gateway Park and be illuminated with lights with other festivities taking place, such as caroling, live music, and outdoor motion pictures. Soon after, a 50-foot tree from Frazee, Minnesota was placed in the middle of Gateway Park, and 3,000 colorful lights were wrapped around it. The 1925 edition of the Christmas tree lighting ceremony was quite an exciting one, too. Standing in the White House, President Calvin Coolidge was given the signal and flipped a switch to turn on the tree's lights from across the country to kick off the festivities there. That part of downtown saw quite a large change in the 1960s and 70s, so there wasn't any more Christmas tree celebrations in the Gateway Park area, but that was one of the city's first citywide holiday traditions there in Minneapolis.
That's a really fun story, and it sounds like a lot of the activities and events that took place in Gateway Park are ones that we've seen in recent years in Loring Park for
Yeah,
Holidazzle. Very
absolutely. Yeah.
cool. Well, it's great to see that the holiday spirit has continued on, and hopefully, not this year, but next year we'll be able to be back in Loring Park for the Holidazzle.
Oh, for sure. I'm looking forward to it too. I always have a great time at those events.
It was great to have you again this month, Michael. Happy holidays.
Oh, thanks. You too. Happy holidays.